Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. It's time once more for our weekly painting progress. And hopefully for all of our American viewers, everybody is enjoying their Labor Day weekend. I know I am. It's nice having a day off. I can casually just get up and watch this stuff afterwards. No, just kidding. I never watch my own videos. I'm weird about that. Anyway, so I actually got something painted from Mr. Percival Sparkletrout for once. These are the Dragborn from Battle Yak Miniatures. We showed you guys some of those dudes earlier on. And in fact, I have one of the Kludger Brutes, the Blighter Ghasts. So you can see here, these are the smaller versions of the big guys. And they're modular. I don't know if that was a modular one I gave him. And speaking of modular, that was what Sparkletrout was up to. He painted up one of the Nebula Marines, I think they were called, from Cast and Play. I like the colors. And I just now realized I did not give him a backpack to include with this guy. We'll have to fix that, I think. Came out pretty nice if you're curious how big they are in comparison to a regular Marine. You can see there. I think they had some unhelmeted options. I don't remember. A lot of printed stuff this week, at least from him. This is a hodgepodge of a Gamic cultist with an Anvil Industries head for the ever-growing menace of Sparkletrout's Space Guild miners, or whatever he called them, asteroid farmers. It started as a Stealer proxy, but it's taken on a life of its own. I don't think he has any actual gene stealers in the mix. I know he has some other interesting options, like these weaponized Xenos from Papsicle's Miniatures. I'm liking the color. Maybe I can have him mention down below how he painted it, because I've got a couple of these suckers, and I have no idea how I want to go about doing them. It's a big base, too. Looks like a 40mm base. A lot bigger than the Gale Force 9 Xenomorphs, if you're curious. Of course, if you have a printer, but then again, these are weaponized versions for the humans to use, and they don't actually match up all that well in terms of body parts with an actual Xenomorph. So, something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is actually these might go great as stealers for his Gene Stealer Colt, now that I think about it. That might be a fun option for him to use there. One of these days we'll get back to playing Kill Team again. Or one-page rules is stuff. Speaking of... I was going to say, speaking of one-page rules, no, that's not what I was thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's been a long weekend. I found the missing Soros Warrior that I had painted up poorly. I'm not sure why he has red armor, but he does. From Warhammer Underworlds. What were these? The Starblood Stalkers. So that finishes off all the Lizard crew. And I saw with the new Arena Mortis rules coming out, might be time to hopefully get Warhammer Underworlds back on the table. And speaking of Warhammer Underworlds, which is what I was going to try to segue into, I started painting up Kanan's Reapers, and that guy came out a little bit more shiny than he should have. I really couldn't make up my mind what to do, so I just sploshed some paint on them, and we called it a day. Now, I don't have the entire warband finished. There is the fancy... Oh, man, I did a sloppy job on his eyes there. I better go back and fix that. I have everybody but the Taxman collector guy finished up. So we'll have to get him done for next week. Very simple paint jobs. But sometimes simple works best. Your eyes came out okay, at least. Yeah, you're still a little glossy. Might want to fix that up. And finally, the one and only Ossiarch Archer. No other archers exist for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers other than this guy. You're a special one, you are. Oh, and speaking of special, there's Kanan himself in all his big bad glory. I feel like I got it way too light there. Ooh, I need some touch-up. Yuck. It's like chipped off or something. I primed him too, so I don't know why it would be chipping there. That's weird. He is huge, though. Way bigger than the other Soul Masons or whatever they're called for the OCR Bone Reapers. It's almost as tall as the one that's sitting in the chair. Let's see what else. Oh, we got Casual Nightingale from Midara. This is the resin model. All finished up here. I felt like she was very fragile. I finally got my Valentine's Day Midara stuff in the mail the other day, and I gotta say, the quality of the resin is much nicer. Much nicer. I wonder if they went with a different studio to get those produced. I can't tell. It's been a while since I built these ladies. I guess I should probably go back and double check that video just to find out. That might not be a bad idea. Now, most of my week was actually spent painting this monstrosity. Boom. And I did a horrible job on both the painting and the printing, unfortunately. I don't even remember what this guy's called, like the Forge Master or something. It was originally from Comet Lord Miniatures. Let me see if I can zoom this out a little bit. That works much better. He's really big. But there are a ton of print errors, and yes, I am solely responsible for all of them. But it just was a unique looking model, and I couldn't help myself, so I just had to give it a shot. He was multi-part. I can see so many mistakes. And am I going to point them all out? Probably not. I just tried to do a very bare bones, didn't bother with much in the way of highlighting. I was like, I just want to get it done. I'm just going to be a sloppy fool and get things finished. Very basic, very straightforward. I wanted it over and done with. His feet had failures. See, you can see like all those kind of the lines. I forget what they're called. My brain. I'm sorry, guys. My brain's kind of whorls in the patterns. And I don't know if it was just the resin. I don't know if it was the plastic sheet at the bottom of the vat that needed changing. I changed it the other day because I'd been noticing I was starting to get errors again where I hadn't been. But yeah, a lot of errors on this guy, which is a shame because it's a really neat model. And apologies to Comet Lord for my super poor paint job, but it's done at least. I gotta give myself credit. I did see it through to the end, despite not being very happy with it. If I was going to go do it again, I probably would not use any of the metallics and probably do something different. I guess if I was actually a decent painter, I would do something non-metallic on there, but I'm not, so we didn't bother. But it is finished. Actually, he might be kind of cool to have with all the Dragborn and Battlegast guys, with all their technological parts and stuff. Seems like something he might be, dragging the dead up to use for his nefarious purposes. I don't know. We gotta play a game again, man. It's been so long. It's been a while. So if you are curious about where any of this stuff comes from, as always, we have links down below. We'll also put a link for our Patreon page where you can help directly support this channel, and I can nag you and pester you as to what bizarre concoctions I would love to print. I am trying to debate between a giant sky kraken or undead lizard god at the moment, and both of them are going to be a massive pile of parts, so by all means, let your voice be heard. That I'm leaning toward the lizard god, if not both. But yeah. So, links down below. Hopefully everybody, like I said, is having a nice holiday. Stay safe out there. Stay cool if you're anywhere near Southern California or other hotspots, because good God almighty, it is roasting outside. I am going to retreat back into the air-conditioned part of the house, so hopefully all of you out there are having a nice time as well. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.